So if you're new to ARK, there's one really big issue that a lot of people seriously don't talk about, and that is how to join servers. Now this may sound really dumb if you're playing on Ascended, but on Evolved, it makes a little bit more sense. So let me go ahead and teach you guys the difference between official, unofficial, dedicated, and just single player. So first of all, we're going to start with Ascended, and then we're going to do Evolved after we're done with this. So here is Ascended. This is the first menu that you see when you log in. You're going to go ahead and hit Start, and then you can have Join Game or Create Game. Now this is more common sense-like because they built this platform a little bit better than they did, before. And on here, your settings up top. You're going to start with the official menu, so it says official here. You can see all of your official servers. There are quite a bit of them, and they're relatively populated. Now, there's something a little weird about what they did here, and that is that a lot of these maps are official, technically, yes, but there's some modded ones in here. You also have Club ARK. Club ARK is, the system where just like it has mini games and stuff that doesn't really count as official. You have Days' official, which is a little bit different than regular official. It's still under the same official style, meaning that, you still have support if something goes wrong. So Wildcard will still look at these if you are doing a ticket, if they even answer them. But then you have stuff like modded Enclave. Now when you try to hit join on these servers, as you can see, it's going to pop up with this list. Now this list is basically showing you all of the mods and all the mods that are just associated with this server. A lot of these are paid, and this is a newer feature that they added, but if you want to play official networks for some of these paid maps, I think it's actually pretty cool. The only problem with this is that there's nobody on it. There's nobody playing these maps, and you have to pay money for these. So look at these as modded maps. They are not official maps from ARK. These are completely modded. So keep that in mind before you just go and start buying a bunch of different maps. Your main maps are going to be in your menu back here. Go to create. These are your maps. These are all of your main maps that are actually, official ARK approved maps that were made by Studio Wildcard. So these are your maps. Don't go out and buy anything else on, the official settings. It's just trying to get you to spend more money. So yeah, it's a little bit of a scam unless you just want to explore some new maps. You can go up here and you can view by all maps. You can pick which map that you want to see. These are all of your official maps, Astraeos, and then after Astraeos, it ends. This is a modded. These are all modded maps, so don't think that these are extra maps for you to play. They're still on the official network, and I don't even know if these maps are technically covered under the support. It might be, but hard to tell. You can also go ahead and view it by PvP or PvE. For new players, I recommend PvE. It's a lot more user-friendly. And you're not going to get rated 24/7, especially if you're new. You can sort by players here to see, if you want to play a server that's a little bit more populated, you can do that. You can also sort it the other way and play a server that has nobody on it if you just want to learn, but I recommend single player for that. Then you can view by day just by clicking the day, so you can start, with day 1, or you can start with the highest amount of days, which is 26,000. It's pretty crazy, actually. You can also sort by ping, but there's really no point. ARK ping goes up and down so much, it doesn't really matter. This menu is kind of pointless in my honest opinion. Then you have build and with mods. Build is just basically saying what version that the map is built on. It's kind of common sense, but they're all on the exact same mode. They should not be any different at all. Now with mods is very important. If you want to play a server that has mods, it's going to say yes. If you want to play a server with no mods, it should say no. Now for new players, I don't recommend playing with mods. It makes it extremely confusing. So I recommend going to, the ones that just say no. A server that has mods will tell you what mods that they have, like when you hit join. This should be a little bit different, so it should have a bunch of mods in here. Okay, it just has this one, but it'll tell you what the mods are. It'll even take you to the mod list if you want to see it. Like for example, here's this mod. Pretty insane. I do not recommend this for new players. It's a lot to take in. Now down here at the bottom, you have auto favorite, which are the ones that you've joined in the past. You can have that on or off. You can also favorite maps by just pressing it. And you can go down here and press add to favorites. You can do hide full, which just hides the full servers. Show password protected servers, which will show servers, that has a password on it. You can show PC only online multiplayer, which if you're looking to only play with PC players only and there's no cross-platform, you can hit that. And you can sort by orders, which is the same thing that you can do up here. So you can also filter by mods down here as well. If you're looking to find a certain server that has a mod that you really like on it, you can do that. but official isn't going to have most of these. You have to kind of sort it with unofficial. Now, there's still a big issue here. Unofficial is very confusing. So this is all the same stuff, except these are all servers that are made by people. These are all servers that are hosted through either Nitrado or other platforms. And a lot of these servers are dead. And you're probably sitting here wondering, where are all the players? Because, you know, the max one that you can find is 3 players. Well, the part that I still don't understand why ARK is doing this is you have to search the name of a server that you want to look for. So for example, a big popular server, Elite ARK, should be on the top of this list, right? Well, no. You have to search up Elite, and even when you search it up, it doesn't always pop up. You have to press enter, and even when you press enter, it doesn't really pop up with anything. So a bit of an issue there, and you have to search it exactly as it says on a website. Now, good websites for this are arkservers.net. I'll pull up a couple different ones on screen just for you guys to see. Not being able to join servers can cause a good amount of stress since it's so complicated, but if it also gives you anxiety, check out Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code OUTCAST for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. So first up we have Battlemetrics. Battlemetrics is probably the best one, except the problem with all this is that it's kind of outdated. It's more for Evolved, and it still is a big problem. It still confuses me to this day with all of this stuff. It's not the easiest to kind of work around, but it does show you a population of some servers, and you can, you know, search, you can do maps that you're looking for, but this is for Evolved. So make sure that you are on Ascended. There's an Ascended one. This one is for Evolved. Now you have other websites like arkservers.net. Now this one is again for Evolved. Most of these are for Evolved. It's a little bit confusing, but your best bet, honestly, is to just go through a Discord. Now there's many different Discords that you can join. For example, here is a good Discord. Now this is Dino Deluxe. This is actually one of my servers on ARK that I, you know, kind of help get out there a little bit. And most servers you can join by searching them up on the internet. It's very confusing to find servers though. It still is to this day. You have to be kind of watch ARK YouTubers to really find sponsored servers. That's usually what a lot of players do. But when you join these servers, it's going to have a lot of stuff on here, including how to join, how to look them up. Like for example, we go into ARK. Like for example, ours are only on Evolved, but you know, if you search up Dino Deluxe on Ascended, you're not going to find anything. So let's go to a server that you can actually find stuff on. Here are a bunch of great servers. You have Azura, you have BAM's ARK, MTS, Elite ARK, and then we used to have TKI, but TKI unfortunately kind of went under. So here's BAM's ARK. BAM's ARK is a pretty big map. Again, none of these are sponsored except for the Dino Deluxe one. That's technically, you know, a part of my servers, and we used to do that in the past a lot. Don't do it as much now, but yeah, here is a good server. You got BAM's ARK in here. Now I don't know if these are for Evolved or Ascended, but you just kind of have to look around it in the community. You can start by joining the actual ARK Discord. You can just look it up. Just look up ARK Survival Ascended Discord, and it's the main Discord with like 50 to 100,000 people in it. That's what you're really looking for there. You have MTS. MTS has been the most popular server on ARK to this day, and the problem with it, I don't know if they're on Ascended. They might be. Yeah, I think they are on Ascended now. So let's try and search it up. Let's see if MTS is on here. And nope, unfortunately it's not. Oh, I'm searching by PvE. That's my fault there. So that's why we couldn't find Elite ARK. See, there we go. That's looking a little bit better now. So when you look up Elite, as you can see, this server all pops up. You know, all of their maps are popping up. So you have to search by a certain server that you're looking for, and that is the biggest problem with ARK today. I really wish that they would fix this issue. I still don't know why this isn't fixed. There should be most of your servers on here. You shouldn't have to search for a certain server. I think it's really bugged. They need to fix this, and they need to make it more user friendly, because the biggest thing that I keep seeing in my comments is, why can't I find populated servers? Why is there nobody on this game? Well, there's a lot of people on this game. They're just on servers that don't pop up on the menu when you're looking for something. But yeah, so here is the ARK Survival's official Discord. Yeah, we have 50,000 members online, and for the most part, they don't really show you too many, other servers on here. but you can talk in the community in here. You can, get to know some people, ask them, hey, what's a good server to play on? Highly recommend it. It is probably the best thing to do if you are a new player and you're looking to, play on Unofficial. Because I'm not gonna lie, official servers are really slow. Everything takes way too long and you're just gonna get raided instantly. So it's better to just learn the game, find a really good PvP server that's not too boosted, and just have fun. That's literally it. So yeah, again, the ARK server is right here. If you want to join, again, just look up ARK server Discord or go to survivetheark.com and you can find everything about ARK in there and where to join on this Discord. Now, we also have this thing called non-dedicated. Now, non-dedicated, if I'm not wrong, is essentially a platform where you can host your own server from your machine. It is either that or it is a non-dedicated one, which means that it is on your network, meaning if somebody else in your house or who's connected to your internet is hosting a server, you have access through here. Kind of a useless feature unless you're living with a bunch of people, but I don't really use it. I've never used it in my life. Then this is the more important thing for a lot of new players, and that is single player. So when you come in here, you have all these maps. I recommend starting with the island. You can start with Scorched Earth, it's going to be hell though, and come onto these other maps a little bit later. Say that. You can also have your mods in here, so if you have certain mods, you can put them in here. You can adjust all your settings, your game rules, your advanced settings, your engram settings, all that good stuff. Anyways, this isn't really a beginner's guide video to ARK, so I'm going to kind of skip over all this, but yeah, now let's go to Evolved and let me teach you how to actually do everything on Survival Evolved. Okay, now here is ARK Survival Evolved. If your menu decides to work, because Aquatica is currently breaking this game right now, your menu should be able to function like this. Oh, of course it broke. If you guys don't know, ARK's going through a bit of a rough phase right now. They're getting backstabbed by their publishers right now for Evolved, and they decided to go ahead and try and make a new map against their will. And unfortunately, it has broken the entire game. It's broken the menu. You can't even function. All you have to do for this to get fixed, wait about 2 to 3-ish minutes until the main menu decides it wants to function again, and then you can actually play. It's very frustrating, but that's how ARK is today, sadly. Alright, now when your game decides that it wants to function, mine is finally functioning. It took it, 4-ish minutes? Very frustrating, but that's how things are right now. Now you have two options: host local, join ARK, or your other options and stuff. So when you hit join ARK, it's just your first menu. Now it should look a little similar to the last one. Now you're gonna see this first map. It's called Aquatica. Completely ignore it. Aquatica is just a total piece of garbage. I'll just say that. Don't even touch Aquatica. Anyways, so these are the only official servers that we actually have with ARK, because official servers got shut down back whenever Evolved ended because Snail Games forced them to. And now all of a sudden they want their servers back up for their failed map. Anyways, sorry, it sounds really one-sided. Go look up videos about what's going on with Aquatica and you'll understand. So anyways, this menu is very similar to the Ascended one, except it is a little bit more outdated. So up here at the top you have all maps. You can view by maps and all that. But guess what? These are actual, ARK maps. There are no modded maps in here other than PG ARK and Aquatica. You have your game modes for PvP, PvE, you have your players, you can sort by name, players, ping, or day, and of course you got this menu, sort in descending order. Now, down here you have include sessions with mods, auto favorite played sessions, hide full sessions, and session filter. This is the important thing. Now, session filter means that you have to go, oh, my menu froze again. It has decided that it's done tweaking out, and now I can actually hit the menu. So anyways, you have official servers, official legacy servers, which are no longer a thing. Then you have unofficial. Now unofficial, there are still a lot of servers, but again, it's very similar to the other issue that we've been having, and that is the fact that there's nobody on here. These are all usually privated servers, and these are just all the Nitrado ones. Now these really aren't the servers that you're looking for. So again, I'll go over some of these other ones and then I'll teach you how to actually join a server. So you have your non-dedicated, you have your My Survivors, which is very important. If you have any players on a server, make sure that you have this on to see the servers. You also have your favorites, you have friends, or you have, your LAN ones. So here's the confusing part. Now, to join a server, you have to go into Steam, you have to go to View, and then you have to go to Game Servers. And as you can see here, this menu is going to pop up here. Then you have to hit select game, and then you go ARK Survival Evolved. I don't know why there's two Evolved. It's a little confusing actually, but this is where you can add your servers. So to find your proper servers, I showed you this earlier, you're going to want to go to one of these websites, and these are for Evolved. It has an IP address. Simply hit copy, go to Steam, the game servers, and then now you can go over here and press where is button. I completely forgot. Okay, so once you're in here, you've got to go to favorites, and then you'll see this little plus icon. Hit it, and then go ahead and paste your address in here. Then hit OK. And as you can see, it takes a second. Did not find any servers with this address. You're going to have that issue that happens sometimes. So you kind of just have to go back until you can find a good server that works. But this is very confusing still to this day. Let's see if this one even works. Didn't find any servers. Okay, never mind. I feel really dumb. We're on Ascended. So let's go ahead and look for the other servers. Okay, so here is a good example. Here is a Evolved one. Let's go ahead and copy this. Yeah, I feel a little dumb here. And go back to Steam, add it here, now paste, and it should work. All right, let's try this server. Let's see if this one works. Again, we have another failure. So I don't know what's going on here. Guess we can try Evolved again. And now let's add. Maybe it's because I wasn't on Evolved. Still says failure. So yeah, it's a very confusing menu. It doesn't always function properly. And you can kind of see this here. This is one of the biggest issues with ARK currently, and why a lot of people are quitting ARK is because of how complex that it is to just join a server. And that's even if you can find a server that is functioning enough for you to even put in the address. But yeah, very, very confusing system. I'll say that. And yeah, joining a server is a little much sometimes, but it's how it is today, unfortunately. So yeah, hopefully I was able to teach you a little bit about how this functions. We're still not able to get one to work for some odd reason. They must have changed something. I feel really dumb right now, but it's not functioning, and I don't know why. These are all survival Evolved servers. I don't know why these aren't adding, but they should be. But yeah, if you guys can get it to work, awesome. But unfortunately, that is the one issue with this. Now you do have another option that you can do, and that is clicking this. Make sure this is okay. Yeah, so this is Evolved. Now you do have this option as well, and that is to connect to a server. I forget where the connect button is. Some servers have it, some servers don't. And here is another thing that you can do, is also just join through their Discord. So you'll find their Discord link here, hit the Discord, go there, copy their exact link, or it's gonna have a link to just click and it'll auto connect to a server. But you'll notice when your entire screen freezes that you will be joining a server. It is not wanting to function right now. I don't know what's going on. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I know exactly why this is not functioning and actually working. Yeah, it's because of Aquatica. I completely forgot about that. So my ARK is currently attempting to join a session because it is frozen down here. So yeah, it is because of the issue with Aquatica right now. But usually that is what you do to enter in a server IP. But because all of the mods are broken and nothing is functioning properly, nobody can join any servers. So that is a slight issue with that. So sorry to anybody watching this, but with these Aquatica issues currently happening, Evolved is not a good game to be playing right now. It is completely broken, and you have to download this thing called the pre-Aquatica branch, which you can find on ARK settings or the Aquatica Discord. It's just a huge mess. So in my honest opinion, I recommend sticking to Ascended. It's much easier. It's way easier to just join a server. You can also copy and paste the IPs the same way. But yeah, everything is much more user-friendly. So if your PC is not the best, Evolved is the way to go. But with the issues happening with Aquatica right now, it's just not worth it. But yeah, what I taught you is it should be working, it should be functioning, but because I'm not on the pre-Aquatica branch, it is not functioning for me on this video. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully I was able to teach you how to actually just properly join a server. It's a little bit complex, but yeah, that's just how it is on ARK. So anyways, thanks for watching.